Hey, I'm Patrick from Patchworks. This is my latest Sprinter van creation. It's a 6-year culmination of building vans, living in vans, buses, minivans, all different vehicles, and seeing what I really needed on the road. And this was built for me. So I'm gonna show you how I did it and what it looks like now. The first thing, the main thing in the doorway is this catch-all table. If you know anybody that lives in a van or you live in a van, you know you sit here all the time. It's kind of your view and your front porch. So I wanted something that catered to that. I have a cut here, so it's very easy to sit comfortably here. I use my laptop, I take notes, my books. I can eat here with the view, everything like that. There's a charging station to keep everything charged. All the gear and flashlights and lights and all that stuff that has little cords can all be taken care of here, as well as the light switch for the main lights. It's a dimmer switch that everybody has seen before, and a cubby that holds mostly candles and other lighting and cameras and whatever other junk finds its way in there. Down here is a water jug that I can get to pretty quickly, fill up my water bottles, or if I'm cooking pasta, something with more a bulk water thing that's more constant, I fill with that because it's easier to refill than my jug in the kitchen that we'll get to later. On this side, there is 2 little catch-all junk drawers that pull out. They hold pens and knickknacks and stuff like that. And in the very bottom, a little slot that I keep my shoes so they're up and out of the way. Moving up, dropping phones, is the main electrical system lives in this bench. I can give you a shot of it now, and then I can show you more detail later, and I'll go through everything. Not everybody wants to know that stuff, so we'll do it at the end. There's also a couple cubbies that I can show you then, and this is a camera drawer. Pulls out, it has built-in charging for my batteries and stuff, and it's the height of all the cases that all my gear is in. Next to that is a table that pulls out, which lets this be a booth. One person can sit here, one person can sit there. This counter folds down. Underneath that is a big old storage bin for some random junk stuff. Eventually it'll be an indoor shower, most likely the shower pan, but for now it holds a bunch of junk. This cabinet also holds a bunch of junk. I don't have much, but it fits in here. Big things, protein containers. This is a sleeve for my laptop, and if you really peek in here, I can show you the fishing rod comes all the way through. Just above that is a little slot that will eventually be for my PS4. For now, it holds junk, and it's also my main 120-volt extension cord. I can pull this out to anywhere in the van. I don't use 120 a lot, so there's no need to have plugs everywhere. So one extension cord I can pull works for me. Above that is my monitor, my screen. This connects with my phone with Samsung DeX, which basically allows my phone to be a computer for the screen, separate of the phone's own things. So I can pretty much put anything I want on there. Movies, shows, eventually it'll double with the PlayStation. And the other cool thing it does is slide out of this mount and slide into this one, which allows big viewing. We've had movie nights in here with other people. If you're camping or tailgating, you can bring it outside. And then when it doubles with my laptop, it can spin this way, double with this table that spins on. I don't have to do all the spins right now, but that swivels on and goes anywhere you want. Doubles with that. This is the front office, and when I use that table and it over there, that's the back office. Not bad for 64 square feet. What's next? All right, I can show you the bed, how the bed works. It's just a little less than a full-size bed. It pulls all the way out into 6 feet. It's kind of just a resting couch when you're resting during the day, and pulls out pretty easily. I'll show you that, because that's how easy it is. If you're building something that changes places in a van, it's got to be a 2-second thing, or you're never going to do it. And that's a 2-second thing. Next to it is a bunch of cubbies where I keep my clothes. I don't have any doors on my cubbies. I don't like doors. I'm bad at closing them. They get in the way. They take up more space. So I'm very big into cubbies. There's also a slot that fits my water bottle perfectly. And this is kind of my nightstand. I have chargers down there. and the wireless charger, controls for my lights, and, you know, whatever other stuff you put on a nightstand. Up top is a skylight that opens up. It has a built-in shade and a built-in screen. It opens and closes. It was kind of hard to put in, but it's in now, and I absolutely love it. When you're laying at night, it looks amazing. And this ceiling, which you might not be able to see, I'll add a shot if you can't, is starlights. So you're laying there with the moon through there, the lights on. There's RGB lights around the whole thing as well that can dance with music and, you know, all that fun vibe stuff that RGB lights do. And then I guess we can talk about the kitchen. This is kind of the main thing about this van that makes it work. Everything else is here. This was the main thing that was built first. Everything was built off of this, but this allows this van to be so versatile and usable in daily life. So let's review. As you can see, it's a bench, but honestly, you can't cook on a bench. There's storage inside of it. I'm fully moved in here for months now, and I don't feel all the space. This unlocks, slides out, counter folds down, and you have a big old counter. That rag stops the rattle. Things rattle. And then you're like, where's the stove? You need a stove. Don't worry, it's behind the wall. This is a Pinnacle Pro camping stove. I got it from GTF Overland. It's the thinnest stove there is, and it's the only one that would fit in a wall. I like it. It's cool. It doesn't do anything a Coleman doesn't, except fit in a wall, and that's what I needed. Everything goes away just as easily. Another piece of foam to stop the rattles. Those close up. This slides. Goes up like that. That closes. Takes no time at all, and we're back as a bench. Underneath is my fridge. It's got a cool locking mechanism. Those slide into the ground. You pull it up, slide it out. It's unlocked, and you can pull it out. This is an Alpi Cool fridge. This is the second one I've had of this. You know, it's the cheap Amazon version, but it works really well. It's rattled a couple times. I take it apart in, you know, 10 minutes and fix whatever's rattling, and then it's still good. A couple of drawers over here, cutlery, more junk, little things that I never really use. And then some bulk snack storage. I'm a big snack kind of guy. And the other important thing about this is that when I'm driving, the snacks are easily accessible. Because I just did 52,000 miles in a year traveling to... All right, we're back. We got interrupted. But this is... What's that called in a space shuttle? Cockpit.
Cockpit.
All right. All right, we're back. We got interrupted. This is the cockpit. I don't have much changed. I keep a big speaker up here. My jackery is up here. I got a vacuum up here. This is kind of a second garage. I can show you that when we get outside. Other than that, I guess no real upgrades. I got these cool shade things that a lot of people don't have, as well as this cool shade thing. So when you're driving on highways and it's beating on you, you can block it out. Dash cam, because everyone should have a dash cam. The seat is always swiveled. I live my whole life with it swiveled unless somebody's going with me, and sometimes they sit sideways, but it's better for me. It's easier to get in and out of this space, and I'm doing that most often. It holds my bag and random stuff. The broom sits behind here, and then I have a trash can that holds my multi-tool and my camp chair. One of those quick pop-up chairs. You're hanging out, you pop it out, and be sitting nice and quick. I'll show you this. This is kind of the front garage. This holds a lot of tools that I use for fixing the van and keeping up with stuff. Cleaners, trash bags, a bunch of stuff in the doors. There's jumper cables and bungees in there. Really all the crevices filled with a bunch of stuff. On the rest of the outside, I painted this all green by myself with a 4-inch roller, slowly and carefully, and it looks pretty good. And then freehanded the mountains and the trees and all of that stuff that goes all the way down to just the smallest little bush. Back here is a little pop-down table, which I use all the time. Anytime I come back from a hike or disc golfing, I can put stuff on the table, get my keys out, my water's up there, you're not fumbling around on the ground, and it just pops in and up. There's a couple hooks on it too that hold my fishing rod when it's out, or you know, stuff to dry. On the back, got all my stickers, not all my stickers, a lot of my stickers, and then the garage. So these open up, and this holds all the things I use to have fun. I have my bike standing up here. This is kind of what the whole van was built on. Those are the cubbies that are next to the bed. This is the back of the bed. So when this swivels down, it's open air here. You can see through the back windows at night when I'm parked in cool places. And then it's the skylight and the back windows and the starlights. It's a very cool vibe. A bunch of other random stuff. I have camping gear and climbing gear back there. And also my propane bottle for the stove is in its own little box in that back corner that I haven't refilled once since owning this, and I just did like 26 states with it. So get a big propane bottle, stop using the little green ones. Under here is a big old pull-out drawer that will eventually get slides, but holds a bunch of fishing gear, first aid kits, rescue tracks, bunch of extra discs. On the side is a bit of a slot. I keep my skimboard down there, and I have a little pop-up table that's not here right now that just slides in nice and easy. Tools, this is a outdoor heart sprayer. Use it for showers, washing off the bike after it's muddy, cleaning stuff, whatever you know, spray water with. This is a inflatable paddleboard, which is an absolute must if you're traveling places. It unlocks a whole new world, and you should have one. A yoga mat. There's a bunch of yard games and spike ball and cube and my cleats and cones and slack lines and hammocks and camp chairs and my climbing gear, all the stuff it takes to have fun outside. And then this is my disc golf cart. That's probably my main sport. I just got this. It fit perfectly in this space. I did not plan it to do that, but I'm very happy that it did. I also forgot to mention that I have a fishing rod in here. I talked about it inside, but this goes all the way through into the kitchen and then pulls back out and lets me fish. And there's also, I didn't show you under the kitchen, this little cubby. I just used 2 tanks, one fresh, one gray. That's the fishing rod. It's a SureFlow water pump and this cheap faucet that everyone has from Amazon, and it's terrible. Don't buy it. It breaks. I don't like it. That's the sink. This is the counter that folds down that I need 2 hands for, and a little medicine cabinet that's built in. Oh, and this little trinket box that's built into the wall where I put things that I like. Some other stuff I forgot to mention. This bookshelf. You gotta be reading books. Sketchbooks are up there, some trinkets. A shelf above the kitchen that's mostly empty, but some kitchen supplies and some photos from my friend Bill Fish. He takes some amazing stuff. On this side, I also have this shelf that's also mostly empty. Holds photos and cards and trinkets. Often if I get something and I don't know where I'm putting it, I'll put it up there and can figure it out later. Also, I can show you this diesel heater down there. It's one of those Chinese diesel heaters. So in the winter when it's cold, I am not. As well as that fishing rod, you can see all the way from the garage all the way through to here. It's really the only way to fit it. Also, these I sewed for the first time in my builds. I did all the sewing for this van. There's zippers on this so I can take it off and wash it. It's got a different print on the bottom side. These are outdoor leather, cleanable, washable, spills don't matter. And I can give you a better look of this electrical system. This is my Goldilocks system. It's just what I need. It's 170 amp hours of Renogy lithium, a 40 amp MPPT charge controller. This is a 1500 watt inverter, a power kill switch to turn everything off if I'm working on stuff, the 12 volt fuse panel that everybody has, and these are just bus bars. The battery gets recharged through a smart isolator that runs to the engine, and the solar panel that's on the roof. It's got a hitch on it, so at some point I'll have hitch things. And then on this side, you can see I have climbing piece walls up into the roof deck. You can just pop up, and I can show you what it looks like up here. This is a walkable solar panel. It's 135 watts. It seems to be way more efficient than my Renogy ones that I've had. I don't know if that's a fact. That's just how it seems to me. And then of course the Max Air fan with the remote, because you want the remote, and the skylights back there as well. The roof deck is the absolute best, and I love it. And you should have a roof deck. Very convincing, huh? But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is, I don't know, how do you end it? How do you end a thing like this? Let's go back on that side because it looks better. All right, well, that's pretty much it. This is my van. This is, I don't know. How do you end it? Real quick, the engine, because some people are gonna wanna know. This is a 2006 T1N Sprinter. It's one of the million-mile Sprinters, or at least I hope it will be. I got it from California, so it was rust-free. It's serviced by two of the best guys in the country. It's my absolute baby. She's gonna last a very long time and get lots of upgrades and get cooler and cooler. And that's really fun to have after switching vehicles twice a year for 6 years. So I'm excited for this and where it's gonna go, where it's gonna take me, the stuff that's gonna get done to it, and the adventures it's gonna lead to. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you some other time. Peace. I got my new van. I have a really cool build idea for it. I just got back from LA. I went from New Jersey to LA, back from New Jersey, 8 days. It's quite the feat. I'm not gonna do it again, but it's done. I cleaned everything this morning, took everything out. It looked like a mess. Took all the walls off, scrubbed everything down. It's already for insulation. Today I'm going to insulate and paint it.